Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. We are now in the holding cell. I think we're going to look around. So this is Knight's cell. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would have had to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake.
And then at some point he wound up in the prison proper, but how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction. Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, let's look around here. Alright, that's weird. Reflected in the mirror is a security camera, a great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest.
I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard. I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately.
Yes, sir. I mean, if it's a conspiracy, though, is he going to tell us?
I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
Alright, books. Ah, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. 200 Days to Freedom. Life as a Pet Stylist. Okay, Understanding Animal Emotions. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Making Money While Serving Time and a Second Chance at Life. Okay. Understanding Animal Emotions, Life's Pet Style. Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye.
Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees, with the hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. The Second Chance at Life, interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates.
Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, Making Money While Serving Time. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. At the lunch menu. Oh, what's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Well, okay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else? How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention center system? Hey, look at this weird piece of paper.
There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look.
Oh. Was I right? He was playing chess with Canis. X rook no pawn to g6.
The grid appears to be a chess diagram. The victims, I suppose.
What's a chess diagram?
The visible representation of a game of chess. See how the locations of all the pieces are marked? This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if this pawn here, but no, wait.
Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is no time to be playing games. Wait, no.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
This isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. Right. It's from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Yes. Perhaps it'd be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession. Oh, wait. Deduce.
Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
What do I got? Oh. Bam.
This chess game, I've seen it before.
Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus.
I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is?
It's the chess that we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But I don't really know the rules of chess, so...
The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything?
I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed, there's no dog on the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical.
And what does that tell us? When I have my correspondence.
As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was.
Mr. Knight?
This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim.
But he didn't even know about it. But he's also probably really good at lying. Position of the pieces match those on the board in Canis' cell. Does he know anything, though? Take a look at the toilet.
The bowl is nice and spotless, and there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here.
What? Are you serious?
Why? What's wrong?
There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here. I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout.
The standard part window, no signs of it having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through there.
Aha! I must remember to bring something to saw through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Glad I got the chance to scope this place out.
Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape. Oop. You must scour the scene and inspect anything.
Yeah.
This must be Knight's suit jacket.
So I've been doing some research on my own.
No, and what have you discovered?
I discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Fabulous. But don't worry, guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list.
Please stop.
Hey look, the newspaper's got a chunk of it missing.
You're right. A few of his pages have been roughly torn out.
The day before the incident, a few of his pages have been roughly torn out.
But why?
Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth? It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell? Wait, what's that? Hold on.
This bed doesn't look very comfortable. That pillow cover is very clean, spotless in fact.
I bet this is the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can't you?
No, I sense he's more of a mattress on the floor type.
It's probably true. Hold on. That looks weird. There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something? Aha! Oh my god, Kay was right. Something to use to wipe the floor, but why?
Why would someone only do the part right next to the bed, though?
They've got a dust allergy. It's a thing. Well, I've only got that. So if that's not it, I got nothing. I guess I could have looked around more.
This part of the floor has been wiped clean.
Maybe he spilled some grape juice.
Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper.
Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though?
Perhaps he didn't want anyone seeing what he was wiping up.
Oh. There are signs that the floor in the victim's detention center holding cell was wiped clean. Oh, that was, oh, okay.
I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim.
This is bad, sir. Is that the guard? Oh! Wrong person. The security camera footage, sir. I watched it and...
What is it? Can you show it to us?
Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. That's convenient.
Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it.
Okay. Was that? That black thing. It's that dog, right?
Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location.
This one. I think.
Right here in the detention center. The perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog.
This is just the evidence we needed. I don't know. Is that really that conclusive, though? Footage of a detention center holding cells showing the victim being attacked by a dark form. And if this is where Mr. Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in a cell takes on a whole new meaning. If Knight's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on new significance? It would be the... that. The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? I wondered that.
Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor?
Name it, sir.
There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have the cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgeworth.
Yeah, you got it, sir. Floor. There are signs that the floor in the victim's cell is wiped clean. I've ordered a test to see if it was blood. Now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper.
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us.
Excuse me, can one of you help? Okay, time to get asking, huh? Thanks for the tour. Later. Oh well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he had gone home to Jingfa after that, but here he is.
You have some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang.
You could say that. Nothing that you need concern yourself, though. First a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Jingfa.
Actually, I thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail.
Ha, our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice about using contractors again, amateurs. Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts doing their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream-of-the-crop officers.
Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge.
My men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore.
What? They're not.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. Ha 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 ha.
What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened?
I told you. Doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. Wow, you seemed not okay. Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now.
We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct.
Alright, let's start by talking to these guards.
I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently?
That thing, no way. If I had, well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something?
No, okay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie.
By the sound of it, Canis' dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors. Oh man, am I in so much trouble?
What's the matter? You seem perturbed.
Oh, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. Just sworn it was right here in my locker. Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
Where in the world did that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Stole from a guard's locker in the detention center corridor on March 26th. Ooh, alright, now it's starting to come together. Hey, are those my faithful assistants I see before me?
Defender, and where exactly have you been?
Where have I been? I've been looking for you two, been searching high and low, wandering lonely through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you. But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards, and they told me something très interessant. Turns out that the Bronxster had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift.
Incident?
Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they'd wrapped up when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard and he was handcuffed. Obs. They'd made it back to and the guard was... Oh, but the prankster clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Wait, what did I... Taking off his cuffs, okay. Hold on, I wanted to see something. Alright, never mind. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak, because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys.
Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape?
That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice.
The guard who was struck, what did he have to say?
Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Oh. Word is he's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. Like, say, someone else hitting the guard. Guard was attacked. His keys, including the one to Knight's cell, were stolen and they have yet to be recovered. What the? It's you losers? That's all we need. Oh, God. Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles here is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense. You're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. Is that the best you got? Useless means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. I think he said what he said. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Judge Gavel, great to see you again. I know who you are. You are Simeon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken the ice, how about a friendly... or not. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on goddess to work for personal gain.
It's not a problem if I'm getting paid, though, correct?
Exactly what he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. Wonderful. So you all work without reward. The goddess would surely approve. Hey, yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist.
Judge Gavel, I was hoping to ask you about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest.
That information isn't on agreed. Is that a challenge, I hear?
No, I was just asking Judge Gavel.
Murray's ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. It wasn't verbal combat if you won't let me speak. Still, this could prove useful.
Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested.
There'll be no need for that. Eustace, we should... Not now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me. Yes, I am.
I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me.
And I will, so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth. Alright, here we go. You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. I found evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up?
You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint, but do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner?
Obviously, it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course, that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Even then, I'm much more interested in what Judge Gavel is silently thinking over there. Oh, here we go.
Hold it!
I'm just checking, but you do know who it was you arrested, correct?
Is this some kind of joke? Of course I know who I arrested. It was... Simeon Saint. Good to know he remembers that much, at least.
Hold it!
I love the music. So fitting for this.
Rock solid, you say. I'm impressed.
Hold on, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on the chumps you meet in court, but it won't work on me. I think I might just give him my normal voice. That'll save me a lot of trouble. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Eustace. Damning is right, and it was on the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him. What thing?
Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winter?
Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hoped even you could put 2 and 2 together.
Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide comprehensible testimony.
Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to hear how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourself, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. Bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint. Praise be to the Goddess of Justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You do well not to object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, by all means, please do.
All over the victim's chess set.
Objection!
Yeah.
So the fingerprints on the chess set are the ace up your sleeve.
The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chess set up the ace's sleeve. That's right, Edgeworth. I've got a winning hand as usual.
Only your winning hand is a busted flush. Before you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's only natural his fingerprints are all over it.
That took a while to sink in.
In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, Mr. Saint, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature.
Premature.
The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. Being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint.
Oh! Now what? I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. Did he only just work out what that word means? Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anyone else. And I won the race when it comes to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was... Eustace. Judge Gavel. Butt out, Gavel. I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. All the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating. Don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it. Yes, of course, that. Well remembered, Gavel. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested?
Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Judge Gavel deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? The whereabouts of the murder weapon, okay. Fact 1, the murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2, potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from the outside. Must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints we found on the chess set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and who used it, wouldn't you? Nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by one winner Eustace, Prosecutor Extraordinaire. Like one winner, useless Prosecutor Extraordinaire, if you ask me. Got him. But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside that chess set? Oh, we know this, actually. Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Is it the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Alright, we'll handle that in the next episode. I feel like we're starting to get somewhere. I still don't know if I'm entirely sold on the idea that Canis did it. I feel like he's going to be around for a while. That's just the impression I get. We shall see. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.